Hi guys, this is George Shamoun, and in this video I'm gonna go over how to install Linux using a hypervisor and on your Windows machine. So I'm gonna use Windows 10, that's what I have now, and I'm gonna be downloading Ubuntu Linux and the hypervisor, which is the virtual machine. It's the VMware player for Windows. So I downloaded most of those, but I'm gonna show you where you download them from. So what you do first, uh, you go to Ubuntu, and this is the page here. I mean, if you want to install other Linux distributions, that's fine, but I use Ubuntu. I like it, and it's easy for me, so I use it. You go to ubuntu.com, and then you go to download. And what I did, I started with if you are new to Linux commands, start with the desktop, not the server, because the desktop you have the GUI and the shell commands and the terminal, CLI. But the server, I don't think, I mean, you can have, I think, GUI, but usually they don't have a lot of options like the desktop. So if you're new, you might want to start with the Ubuntu desktop. I tried both of them, and Ubuntu desktop, you can do a lot with it. You can even use some of the server's modules in it. So what I did, I went to Ubuntu, and you might want to download the 20.04 LTS. So this is the new version, 21.10, but you always want to download the last LTS version. It means long-term support. So they can support it for many years. It means it's not going to change. So so you download it, and I already did. And this is the file that you can see. This one, Ubuntu 20.04.3 desktop AMD 64. That's what I downloaded. And it's the disk image file. It's an ISO file, the image file. So this is the Ubuntu, how we download it. It's on your computer now. The second application you want to download is the hypervisor from VMware. VMware, and you kind go down to the products.html, and you go down in a page until you get to the desktop hypervisor. And if you have a Mac machine, you can download the Fusion for Mac. And for Linux and Windows, you can use the workstation player, and this is what I used because my laptop is running Windows 10, and that's where I use it, where I installed it. So, and this is how it's gonna look like. The VMware, it's called VMware Player Full 16.2.2- such and such, and it's an application. So you download both of those applications to your computer. Now what's gonna happen, you can install first the VMware player by double clicking on it, and it's gonna take you step by step to install it. Once you install the VMware player, that's gonna be the hypervisor, and then it's gonna allow you to install Ubuntu as an operating system on a Windows 10 machine, and it's gonna let you allocate the resources. So it's very easy. It's self-explanatory. You don't have a lot of options to fill out. The system will automate it for you. You get a couple of screens, and once you have it, you can end up with this. You can have this. Let me show you. So this is my Windows laptop here, right? So you kind go down, and I installed it yesterday. So let me see, Ubuntu. Disk image. Ubuntu 64. Okay, actually I think I have to run the the VMware. Okay, so I think I have to run the VMware. Let's see this, because I haven't used it too much. I'm using other. I have a separate desktop for my Linux computer. VMware. Okay, so okay, I think you can have, after installation, you have to start the VMware station. Let's see. I think this is it. Ubuntu will appear here now. Okay, it's loading now. So basically, after installation, you can start the hypervisor. In this case, it's the VMware, and then on the top of it, Ubuntu will be running. So it's gonna load Ubuntu, and that's what is it doing now. I'm new to this hypervisor setting because I'm using different setting. I used to use the dual boot machine, and then I have now a desktop separate for Linux, and I learned this not too long ago, and I like the idea. It's very clean. You don't change anything. You don't have to do a reboot, a dual boot, and you can clear it anytime you want. You can erase it from the system. Or so okay, so that's it. So this is it, loaded the Ubuntu, and it says George's virtual machine. So and now it needs my password. I hope I remember the password. 22. Oh, I forgot the password. Okay, I got it. I got the password. So I guess it's still loading now, but if you look on the top, I'm not sure if this will be any screen share. The Ubuntu, it says Ubuntu 64-B VMware Workstation 16 player, and it says non-commercial use only. Okay, so that's it. This is Ubuntu now. It's running here, and let's see how to make it bigger. Okay, I have to figure out how to make it make the screen larger. I think from here. Okay, so that's it. So you have to figure out how to expand it. So this is Ubuntu now. This is Linux now. It's running Ubuntu 20.04 on my Windows 10 machine, and the way I installed it is using a hypervisor from VMware, and the hypervisor, it allows your computer to install other operating system virtually without what do you call it, like going into the machine and making changes that you cannot undo. So basically you're using the machine's resources, you're using your physical resources, but you can get rid of it so fast. You don't have to it's not like a dual boot where you have to go in and do so many things. This is much easier. And if you want to run the terminal command, you just double click on this. It wasn't here, I added it. So in Ubuntu, you can just go down where it says show applications. You click on it and you'll get the applications here. It depends what you used before and what you cannot type. And this is the terminal. You just right click it, and you add it or remove it from the favorites, and this is the favorites. Since I added it yesterday, we can double click on it now, and this is the terminal window where you type commands. So this is how it works. So let's say ls, enter, w. It gives, so this is how you install Ubuntu 20.04 on Windows 10 machine using the hypervisor from VMware. So that's another way of installing Linux on your machine. If you only have, what's good about it, if you only have one machine and you don't want to go through the dual boot and dividing stuff, this is how you do it. So that's it for this video, and please submit your comments or questions or anything that it's not very clear. I can explain it again. Thank you.